Next, we're going to be hearing from John Angelo. John is my go-to guy for Phoenix and all of the surrounding suburbs. What I really like about John is not only his knowledge of the area, but he has got tremendous wisdom when it comes to putting together all of the layers and the moving parts involved in a move from A to B. So I always like to be able to rely not only on his expertise in his particular area, but just on his good judgment. So welcome today, John, and if you could just take a moment, tell us a little bit about yourself and the areas that you serve around Phoenix. It seems like all of those surrounding areas cover an awful lot of real estate.
Karen, thank you for that warm introduction. It's exciting to be working with folks from Southern California. Very similar, Phoenix has kind of grown from this metropolis almost into this megalopolis and continues to grow. But have lived here since 1977. My wife and I run a team and have done that since 2002. So know the market very well from east to west and north to south, the regular retail market and the investment market. Would love to chat with anybody that has any questions and give you the insight that we have and some of the data that we use, which is it's fascinating to study a market like ours.
John, young families are coming to Phoenix area in droves. Retirees are coming to Phoenix in droves. What in the heck do you have that is such a draw?
You know, why do people move to Phoenix? It's a question that we get asked a lot, and we get to talk to a lot of people about it. So there's really a variety of reasons. People come here because it's affordable. People move here because the job market has changed a lot over the last 20 years. People like it because we're close to so many other places. And it's just kind of a hub if you want to go to Southern California, go to Northern Arizona, jump down to Mexico. It's just a really, really centralized place for all these other places that you can go in a really short amount of time. We have a really large growing millennial population, and we do have an aging population, which the 50 and 60-year-olds of today are nothing like what they used to be a generation or two ago, but super active, a lot to do, a lot of opportunity here, and just a place where you can kind of come and be who you are. We're Phoenix because we rose out of the ashes, and people come here a lot because they don't have to bring any baggage. They can be who they are. Everybody's really accepted here. We have a really warm environment from people from all over. I always like to say that Phoenix is the melting pot of the melting pot. So we just have about any kind of thing and kind of people that you can find here in Phoenix.
John, if you would share with us for a moment a little bit about the job market in the Phoenix area, because I do have a lot of families that are looking to move there to be able to live in an area that's just a little bit more affordable, still have all of the benefits of the big city and downtown Phoenix, and maybe be able to do life on one income. Tell us a little bit about the job market.
What's the job market like today? Phoenix kind of grew out of, or the state was actually really the 5 C's. It was cotton, citrus, copper, cattle, and climate. Moving a little bit more into the 20th century was construction, so you could probably add a 6C. But finally, as we've kind of settled into the 21st century, we've really grown into more of a more tech-heavy, a little bit more manufacturing, which you might find a little bit odd. Arizona State University, which is just in Tempe, which is right next to Phoenix, was voted for 3 consecutive years the most innovative university in the United States, which I know you're thinking, wow, how can it be? But some tremendous leadership here. We've learned from our past that we can't just grow on the climate. We can't just grow just because of construction. We've had to bring a much more diverse pool of jobs into this market, and we really have, and it's kind of nice. So we can compete a little bit more with some of the other cities that have gotten ahead of us, but we are catching some of these cities very, very fast. And Thunderbird, Arizona State University, Grand Canyon University, the University of Phoenix, just a lot more education here and just a lot more opportunity that doesn't fall into those normal categories.
John, lastly, many of my clients are asking the questions about your area because we believe that the retirement income can go farther and people can retire into an area that is a nice dry heat, which is great for the bones. Tell us a little bit about the over 55 communities in your area, and also that big draw, the single story house.
Karen, absolutely. The 55 plus community is something that's growing at a really solid pace. The latest data that I've looked at or read basically that 10,000 people a day turn 65 years or older in the United States. So often, many of them make their way out to Arizona for so many of the things that we've already talked about in this video. You know, the climate is great, the proximity to so many different places, the affordability. That market is just really, really moving, and maybe even different than you think. A lot of the 55 plus are moving into traditional neighborhoods and living out a 10 or a 15-year period before they move into some of the retirement areas. So that makes our overall housing market stimulated in a way that we haven't had in the past. So that part of the market is really, really strong. There's a ton of properties to choose from all over the valley. So if you're looking traditionally, you have all the standard neighborhoods, but we also have some of the big Sun City style properties in the East Valley and the West Valley. And there really isn't a lack of diversity or product type for folks that are looking to be out here, from golf to restaurants to walkability score. There's something for the 55 plus crowd with whatever they're looking for in the Phoenix market.
All right, if you would like to pick John's brain a little bit further, please either call me or email me, and I'll make sure to get you connected to my good friend, John Angelo.